Part 2. The sound of the flushing toilet was the only thing that filled the sudden, deafening silence. Stella stared at the police officer, her hand still hovering over the button, her face draining of color until she looked like a corpse herself. "No," Stella whispered, her voice trembling. "That's impossible. Wade called me. He called me about his parents." She spun around to face me, her eyes wide and frantic. "Wade, tell them these bodies are your parents. Tell them you're just playing a sick joke." I leaned against the wall, watching the woman who had just flushed her own parents down the drain. I didn't feel anger anymore. I just felt empty. "I tried to tell you," I said calmly. "I called you when they fell. I told you, Dad and Mom needed help. You assumed they were mine. And even when Noah was butchering them, did you ever stop to look at their faces? Or were you too busy celebrating a dog's birthday?" Stella stumbled back, her legs giving way. She fell to the floor, her gaze fixed on the toilet bowl. I burned them. I flushed them." Noah, who was now being handcuffed by the officer, started screaming. "Wait, it wasn't me. Stella told me to do it. She said they were just useless old people. She handed me the knife. She's the leader. I was just following orders." Just like that, the love of her life threw her under the bus to save his own skin. Stella looked up at Noah, betrayal written all over her face. "Noah, how can you say that? I did everything for you. I missed the rescue window because you wanted fireworks. I let you practice on the bodies because you needed the experience. You're the one who didn't check the map," Noah yelled back, his face twisted in fear. "You're the team leader. You signed off on the restricted zone permit. Mr. Covington trusted you, and you led him to his death." The police officer tightened the cuffs on Noah. "Save it for the station. Miss Covington, you'll need to come with us too. Desecration of a corpse and gross negligence resulting in death." Stella looked at me one last time as they dragged her up. "Wade, please, help me. Tell them it was a misunderstanding. They were my parents. I wouldn't hurt my own parents." I looked at my watch. The only thing I had left of my relationship with Philip and Maria, ironically destroyed by their own daughter's lover. "You're right, Stella," I said, turning to leave. "You wouldn't hurt them. You just didn't care enough to save them, and then you treated them like garbage. Enjoy prison." As I walked out of the station, the night air felt surprisingly fresh. I pulled out my phone and called my mom. "Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm divorced. I'm coming home." The news of the search and rescue leader who flushed her parents exploded online. The video of Stella at the police station was leaked, probably by one of her disgusted team members, and the internet showed no mercy. I sat in my parents' living room, watching the news. My mom placed a cup of tea in front of me, her eyes red. "Thank God you got out of there, Wade. That family, they were monsters." "Not monsters, Mom," I said, taking a sip. "Just selfish." A week later, I received a summons. I had to testify. In the courtroom, Stella looked like a ghost. Her uniform was gone, replaced by a prison jumpsuit. Noah was there too, looking small and pathetic. When the prosecutor played the recording of my distress call, the one where I begged Stella to help, and she laughed and hung up, the entire courtroom gasped. Then they showed the pictures, the mangled bodies, the dog birthday party, the toilet. Stella broke down. She wailed, slamming her head against the table. I didn't know. It was her only defense. Ignorance. But the judge wasn't buying it. "Ignorance is not a defense for cruelty," the judge said sternly. "You prioritized a birthday party over human lives. You allowed an unlicensed intern to mutilate corpses, and your actions directly led to the destruction of evidence and the indignity of the deceased." Noah got 20 years for manslaughter. It was proven he swapped the map intentionally to impress Stella with a daring rescue that went wrong. Stella got 15 years for being an accomplice after the fact and for gross negligence. As they were led away, Noah spat at Stella.